All right. What's going on, everybody? It's Arclad84 here, and here's my good buddy of mine, goes by J Cube. Um, Joseph, say hi.
So,
And so we just went and see the Mario movie finally, and figured I'd go ahead and give our thoughts about it real quick. First of all, was it worth the hype? Was everything as it should be? Yes.
yeah, I agree.
Yes, big time, and then some. They Illumination really knocked this one out of the park, soaring. Like if there was such a thing as shooting a home run so high up it went into space, that's what they did.
Yeah, that was Nintendo definitely chose the right company to do it.
Yeah, and stuck straight with the lore and specifics. They didn't try to do anything crazy
Yeah, outside the box,
to
they
change
didn't.
it.
Well, again, you got Shigeru Miyamoto
Mm-hmm.
helming in the
That
project as
is
well.
that is Shigeru Miyamoto's baby. He was not about to let anything get tainted
Yeah, he was
whatsoever.
not going to let a minion
Right.
cameo in a Mario movie.
Well, I mean, if there was a cameo of a little minion from its other Illumination films, I'd been okay with that. But be that as it may. So let's see. What were some of the highlights I thought was kind of a nice touch?
Whatever, a lot of the just a lot of the Easter eggs. I would have to go back over the movie again because
Yeah.
I've already seen a million videos on YouTube about Easter eggs people have missed.
Yeah.
Like you have to watch the movie like 5 times over to get.
You'd have to,
get
yeah,
every
definitely have
single
to
thing.
check real carefully about, oh, I spy that and I spy that. Like,
Like a lot of people were trying to see if they could pick out any of the Kongs from 64 game in the crowd. When they were
yeah,
fighting.
I was trying to pick that up too. Like, I
Is
couldn't
Chunky in there? Is
believe
Lanky in there? Is Tiny?
Chunky. I think I saw Tiny. I don't know about Lanky. Lanky might have been somewhere in the crowd, but I did definitely. They were sure to point out Diddy
Yeah,
and Dixie. I thought that was tight.
yeah.
I could not believe. Oh, by the way, this is spoiler territory from here on out. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, stop watching now. And music choice more. Oh yeah, um, yeah. We'll get to the music real in a sec. Someone was pointing that out to me. I could not believe that Cranky Kong was the king of the Kong area.
Yeah, well,
that was
well,
actually I could. I still thought it was crazy.
If you understand the Mario lore, Cranky Kong is Donkey Kong's uncle, right, or his son.
I thought he was no. It was he's the father. He's like a father.
Cranky's father. He's the original Donkey Kong from
Yeah.
The original Donkey Kong game
Right.
when he stole Pauline.
Yeah.
And
That's another thing I
That's
noticed.
Cranky
Pauline is apparently was another cameo character in the movie too.
But
I was
she
like,
was actually in the real world.
yeah, in the real world as a mayor. Because
Yeah.
that's how she's always been ever since then.
Yeah.
Since Mario Odyssey, she was the mayor.
Yeah, which I'm actually kind of cool. I was actually kind of cool they gave her a place in the Mario lore because I'm pretty sure they were having a hard time sticking her somewhere because the whole you already have Peach there and Daisy's supposed to be Luigi's thing.
Which that's another thing. I was kind of surprised they didn't have put Daisy. I did not see Daisy anywhere in there. But maybe that's probably because she'll come later. Because with a successful movie like this, there's bound to be a sequel.
Who's voicing Waluigi?
Who's voicing Wario?
Oh, Danny DeVito, Mario.
That would actually be an interesting. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Oh man, see, look, Illumination Nintendo, you got to keep this going. You got something wonderful going here, and there's so many. You have so many opportunities. The possibilities are endless. Like I said, just stick to how you do it, how you did it with this one, and this is something else I'll probably point out as a slight con. Nothing too serious, just maybe a slight nitpick. I know there was a couple of parts parts of the as far as character development goes, they could have dove a little bit further into. and they kind of brushed it under the rug as it went on. Because I mean, I know it was a 90-minute film. I would have been okay if they made it longer, but I understand, time constraints and everything.
That was really my quick with the movie too. It was just a little too short.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's good, but then the next thing you realize it's over with. But I kind of wish if they dove a little bit more into, say, where did Princess Peach really come from?
Yeah, they were hinting at that.
They were hinting at that, but they never really explored it.
But I think the reason for that is they're probably going to explain it in the next movie.
That's one possibility I am thinking. Is like,
they're kind of like dangling a carrot in front of you.
They're dangling a carrot. Basically, hey, is there more to this? Is there more to, say, maybe for the Kongs? Maybe they could go a little bit more into a little bit in the Kongs. Maybe a little bit more into Bowser, that sort of thing. Get a little bit more character, and maybe that could be what's to come later on. Here's another thing. I love how they stuck to how, when Mario, making use of the power-ups and everything, I thought it was great. With the cat Mario and everything. I thought it was a nice touch. Raccoon Mario near the end. But one thing I realized is Luigi didn't really get a lot. Once they got separated further in the beginning, Luigi kind of took a back seat for a while because he was the one that ends up getting captured by Bowser instead of Peach, which is not a bad thing. I know a lot of you folks out there were probably hoping that Peach was the one who gets captured and still the damsel in distress. No, not quite. Peach can hold her own when she needs to, and I thought it was kind of nice. I thought it was even when so much is getting forced into to marry Bowser, which is, I know that's the thing he's always wanted to do. I mean, they stuck to that, but then turn around and pull an ice flower. That was pretty tight.
Yeah. That was cool.
I thought that was cool.
She basically put her foot down for her kingdom. She's definitely way different. They're trying to make her different than she is from the video game. She's not the damsel in distress.
Now
she's.
I mean, no, she doesn't have to be a damsel. She doesn't have to be so much. But I know some people. I heard some people, through social media saying, "Oh, why wasn't she the main character?" It's called the Super Mario. It's the Super Mario Brothers. It's not Super Peach. I mean, come on.
It's on DS. If you want to go play it, but.
I mean, some people were saying she's more like a cheerleader. Well, maybe in the beginning when she's trying to encourage Mario, because they just met. Yeah. Okay, Mario doesn't know the ins and outs of the Mushroom Kingdom yet, and he had to practice to get the lay of the land down, which he picked up really quick.
Yeah.
But like I said, Peach can definitely hold her own if she needs to. I mean, for sure. Luigi, which it's okay if Luigi is captured. He's not used to things, and he tends to be a bit more of a scaredy cat unless he's, when the chips are down and his brothers need him up.
Which basically happened at the end of the movie. He put the mantle up.
Which brings me to the point, I kind of wish they let Luigi have a bit more screen time. Yeah. Give him a bit more action, which maybe they will in the second movie. Who knows? That was one thing that was kind of like, they finally free Luigi, and I was thinking in the back of my head, okay, what is he going to do? Like, what kind of power is going to throw at him to make it look cool? And they really didn't do much of that until the very end.
Yeah, it was basically Mario, Peach, and Toad show. It really wasn't.
A lot in this case, yeah, it was. But again, I can roll with it. Yeah. I can roll with all of it. But yeah, I mean, overall, as far as the story goes, I mean, it's your typical Mario adventure, and that's what we wanted to see. That's what a lot of us fans have been wanting to see for many years. I mean, ever since that.
Terrible 90s movie.
They are like over, what, how many years late on this?
Yeah.
Like 20 years late?
Well, I think Nintendo learned from a mistake. I don't know exactly who helped them make the movie. I would have to look that up.
Yeah, there's like an interesting documentary on the 90s Mario movie you should check out, because there is a lot that went on behind the scenes. So definitely look into that sometime. Now, as far as the cast of characters goes, I know people were thinking, and I was kind of the same. I was kind of in the same boat. Why wasn't Charles Martinet as Mario? Because he's always been Mario.
Yeah.
Well, because they had their reasons, which I got behind the boat after hearing more of Mario's voice from Chris Pratt. He did good in the overall.
It was very inoffensive. It was fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And they kind of at the beginning of the movie they kind of, in a way, in a backwards way, kind of explain why they changed it because. I mean, I've said this before. Like, who wants to hear Mario talk that way through the entire movie? It's me, Mario,
if you really stop and think about it, yes, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
It would start getting kind of grating eventually. I know it's what you're used to hearing in the games, but to hear it in a whole movie like that, yeah, I definitely get why they opted to go. But that doesn't mean that Charles Martinet didn't take part. He still played a couple of roles. He played their dad, and he played this other guy that was playing the Jumpman. He still says that while you could tell it's him, which I thought was kind of nice. But yeah, Donkey Kong could have probably done a little bit better on the voice direction. He was fine. He was okay. It's Seth Rogen. It's Seth Rogen. I mean, whatever. But is what it is. You know what I mean? But I gotta say, overall, great, awesome. Yes. I would, if I had the chance to probably take some other friends to see it, I would do it again if I could. Is it definitely must see? Please go support these guys. They put their blood, sweat, and tears. They put a lot of heart into this. This movie deserves global awards.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
It's that. I feel it at least deserves that much with how much passion they put into it. I think somebody was talking about one of the song that was in it, Jack Black, which, by the way, Jack Black, oh my gosh, I don't think they could have done better for Bowser than Jack.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I think he's, for the most part, stole the show.
Yeah. Especially with the... Okay, so I've heard a lot of people complaining online that they felt like, again, this was the critics complaining about it, people being in themselves about it, in their feelings. But people were complaining about Bowser being too over, what's the word I'm looking for, addictive towards Peach. Like, he was literally even singing songs about her and stuff. Which, I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, we all were young. We liked somebody.
Yeah.
We listen to songs on our own headphones about the person. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
This
is Bowser. He's always been that way since the very beginning. Always. I mean, it hasn't really changed. They don't need to change.
Yeah, they don't. So I did find it interesting that he only called Peach either Princess Peach or Peaches.
Yeah, the Peaches bit.
I think that was.
I think that's something they did for the movie alone, because I don't ever hear him say that in any.
I think
games.
He said it. I think it's.
But I think he's just trying to be cute. I think Jack was
it's his term of endearment towards her.
Yeah. I mean,
instead of calling her Peach, he calls her Peaches.
Yeah.
Which I found it weird. I was watching the movie. I was like, why is he calling her Peaches for? He's putting the S on the end for like no reason. Her name is just Peach, or Princess Peach. But then I picked up. I was like, okay.
It's like a pet name.
He's using it as a term of endearment.
Yeah.
He's calling her Peaches.
Yeah. Which makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it made sense to me afterwards. I was like, oh, okay, that's why.
But yeah, like I said, overall, great movie. You should go see it. And I'm hoping that, again, I hope that Illumination Nintendo does a lot more, because there's so much more they can explore. I have heard a rumor that there might be a Luigi's Mansion type of thing. I think this came from Chris Pratt himself. That was kind of hinting at it, depending on how successful the movie is. I'm not so sure that they were expecting it to be as successful as it's already been now, because they're definitely on their way to making $1 billion. They'll probably cross $2 billion within a matter of a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's Mario.
So it's freaking Mario.
Mario is the mascot when it comes to video games. And Nintendo Switch is will be the best selling console here soon. So yeah, I think that's about gonna do it for this vlog. So yeah, I definitely give it. I couldn't give us enough thumbs up if I wanted to. Like, I couldn't recommend it enough. It's still good overall. Please go see it. Take your family to see it. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5 is. Well, it wasn't the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
No, I wouldn't go so as far as 10 out of 10, but it's like 9 at best, maybe 9.5.
Yeah.
somewhere in there. I won't give it a perfect score. Nothing's ever perfect like that. Yeah. But this is a movie that we've needed.
Yeah.
For many years.
Yeah. If you never played a Mario game in your life, don't see the movie though, or you'll be disappointed.
I mean, even if you haven't really played a lot of Mario games, I mean, I'm sure that even the kids themselves, they'll have a fun time. It'll probably help. It'll help, if anything, it'll help Nintendo boost even more sales.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, point there. I didn't think about that angle.
So
yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah,
definitely give it a whirl. And with that, we're gonna sign out because I think we've had a bit of a busy day ourselves.
Yeah.
Some of us probably gonna be crashing soon, but so yeah, that's gonna be it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.